welcome back to the channel. My name is Chrissie. Welcome back to the Purple Library and the winter TBR. I love filming this. It's going to be a bit of my tradition in December to film my winter TBRs. Winter is my favorite season. I love snow. I love winter. My life bloomed in the winter. Cozy, Christmas, just all the things about winter. In this video, a few book recommendations, my ambitious yet high probability of reading TBR, and of course, my yearly winter rereads. I will have chapters in the video. You move through the video how you want, okay? My winter recommendations. These aren't going to be in any particular order. So starting off, Shiver by Ali Reynolds is a locked room thriller mystery set in the French Alps, and a group of friends who used to be in snowboarding competitions with each other all have a bit of a reunion, and then things go awry. People start disappearing. Is it revenge? I really enjoyed this. I believe I read it a couple of winters ago and I really had a good time with it. It's suspenseful. It has the winter, the snow, just all of those things that I really enjoy. Definitely check out those content warnings. It is a mainstream thriller, so it does have some language, and I think there is a little bit of sexual content in it. Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. I've read a few Alice Feeney thrillers and I actually enjoy her thrillers a lot more than I realized, but this is perfect for winter. Adam and Amelia, husband and wife, decide to take a little winter trip to Scotland, but there's some interesting dynamics. This is their 10-year wedding anniversary, and each year they do, like, you know, the traditional, the 1 year you get something plastic, and then the 5th year you get some bronze. I don't know the details of the year thing. Things start going awry, and Adam, who is a famous screenwriter, face blindness, and so there's a lot of things that happen in this story, and I really enjoyed it. Definitely look out for those content warnings. Ignite by Kara Swanson. I recently read this in October, I believe. I will link the vlog in the description below, and I have this on the list because it really is set in like a frozen fantastical wasteland, and there is a clan of phoenixes who, one of them, Mara, is a surviving phoenix. Her responsibility to make sure her clan survives, and it goes on a really fun and exciting journey. Kara Swanson also wrote The Heirs of Neverland that I also read earlier this summer. This is a Christian fantasy, book 1 in the Phoenix and the Flame series. So if you're interested in fantasy and winter is your bag like it is for me, I think you will really enjoy this one. Oh my goodness. The Blades of Akatar. I love this series, you guys. This actually took me by total surprise. I knew when Celestria was discussing it on some of her fantasy recommendation videos that she really loved this. And I knew I was going to actually have a good time with it, but I didn't think I was going to absolutely fall in love with the story. This follows Leaf, and it is a Christian non-magical fantasy. It deals with the third blade, Leaf, as he questions his loyalty to the king of the land, who really wants everyone to bow down and worship him. So kind of like a Nebuchadnezzar type in the Daniel in the Lion's Den. But this is such a beautiful story. It starts off in the dead of winter. It has a little bit of a grimy dark aspect to it. The faith is fantastic. I gave this 5 stars. I highly recommend this series. So if you have been on the fence about it, check it out. It's perfect for winter, and really, it's just a really great book to read in general. So yeah, check it out. The Enchanted Sonata. Okay, so I read this last winter for the first time, and I highly recommend this. This is a fantastical Nutcracker retelling, and I really love Nutcracker retellings, and I was a little upset a few Christmases ago because I was trying to find my Nutcracker retelling child and I couldn't find it. I saw Miriam read this on her channel, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have got to get my hands on it. And I'm telling you, it's everything that you're looking for, especially for Nutcracker retellings and music and adventure and romance, and it's just everything we need. I highly recommend this. It definitely follows the traditional layout of the Nutcracker with a few nuances here and there, but music is a huge part of this story. So if you are a musician and you just love music in general, I highly recommend this. There isn't an audiobook for it that I know of, but said, man, this would be fantastic with an audiobook. But the author does a fantastic job describing the music and the magic and the winter and the love and the family. It's just amazing. And my last recommendation, Winter's Maiden by Morgan L. Bussey. Y'all, this book right here, I am still thinking about this book. I'm gonna just let you know already. I'm already spoiling my reread section. This book is everything. This is a Christian fantasy, and the series is called The Nordic Wars. I gave this 5 stars. I have a dedicated vlog reading this book, and so I will link that in the cards and in the description down below. This is definitely more on the adult side for fantasy. It is grimmy dark, it's war, it deals with a lot of adult themes, and I love that the main character is a warrior girl and she is a survivor. I really enjoy the other characters that I met along the way as well, and I gave this 5 stars. I'm still thinking about this book. I plan on rereading this book. I have one more recommendation. I got this. I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. I wrote all my stuff down, and I just saw one on the shelf. I was like, girl, why you ain't saying nothing about that book? Let me. Tide and Punishment by Bree Baker. This is book 3 in the Seaside Cafe cozy mystery series. I'm really enjoying reading through this series. Read this last winter, and it's a hoot of a time. Everly Swan, who owns a beachside tea shop in the North Carolina, like Outer Banks area. So Outer Banks, where you at? If you're looking for something cozy and fun and charming, say less. It has all the things and the ending on it. And now the next few books are the books I actually have on my winter TBR. Your girl has grand goals and a lot of potential. A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I hope to read this. I wanted to read this last year, but I didn't get to it. This is definitely going to be on the top of my list. Cold Pursuit by Nancy Mel. I read Mind Games earlier in the fall. I really enjoy Nancy Mel's writing. I think she might be my go-to for Christian thriller suspense stories. So of course, when I saw this, say less. It's Cold Pursuit. It got snow on it. That's all I need to know. Let me know if you've actually read this series. I think the 3rd and final book came out earlier this winter, and I did auto buy it. Do y'all pre-order books knowing you may or may not get to them? Let me know in the comments down below. Fortress of Snow by Melanie Dickerson. Again, this was on my TBR last winter. I'm gonna get to it. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get to this. The cover is absolutely gorgeous. This is a fairy tale retelling. I believe it's a Christian fairy tale or faith-based as well, and I'm not sure which retelling this is based on. No, but I guess I'm gonna be fine tonight. But I heard a lot of great things about this, and this will be my first Melanie Dickerson, so I'm gonna see where it lands for me. I'm super excited to check it out. A Curse So Dark and Lonely. Listen, I've heard amazing things about this. My girl Holly really enjoyed this series, and so I definitely want to check it out this winter. It sounds like it's going to be right up my alley, especially for that little YA trash / romance / fantasy. So I don't read romantasy though. That's not my bag. I believe this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling as well, but this I could do a little sprinkle here and there. Allegedly, I could do a little sprinkle here and there. The Winter King. What is the tag, girl? I must have had this on here for a reason. Let me get myself straight. A middle grade option. So this follows a village trapped in winter, a tyrannical god, and a girl who would do anything to keep her family alive. This sounds so interesting. And I know it's not middle grade March, but it's winter, and I want to read it in winter. So I definitely want to check this out. This seems to be such a fun and adventurous tale, a coming of age, a hero's journey, say less. The Bone House by Stephen Lawhead. Okay, so of course the cover of this has them in the forest in the winter. That's all I need to know. I read Skin Map, I want to say last year. Editing Chrissie will tell me. Definitely want to continue in this series. I've heard fantastic things about it. I really enjoy Stephen Lawhead's writing. I'm actually reading Taliesin, which is book 1 in the Pendragon cycle, also by Stephen Lawhead, and so I'm definitely enjoying the nuances to his writing because this is completely different from Taliesin. I'm really looking forward to seeing where this adventure goes. In the Wood by Elisa Zavianos, a tragic tale of love, loss, and hope. And the cover of this is definitely giving reindeer, purple winter, and we love to see it. I've heard very interesting things about it. My friend Bethany read this, I believe, earlier this year, and she absolutely loved it. In this epic tale of love and loss, accompanied by mermaids, fae, and dragons, will Holland find where she truly belongs? Or will she open up her heart enough to realize her home has been with her this whole time? She had me at dragons. I don't really do fairies, y'all, but I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. But we ain't gonna throw the baby out with the bathwater. Wolf Soldier. Mr. Librarian actually picked this up for me earlier this year. He saw it was winter and he saw a purple dragon on it. He said that's all she needs, and he was right. The fate of the Dragonlands are at play. The Knights of the Light Raider Order disappeared nearly 2 generations past. Now the Caladan have withdrawn behind their barriers, and the Dragonlands of Bordering are overrun with dark oppression. The people are living in disobedience to the rescuer who freed them long ago. A shepherd boy named Connor and 4 young initiates rekindle the fires of the Order in the hope of striking out across the mountains to destroy a portal and stop an impending invasion. Dangers and secrets, trust and loyalty, all to save his homeland. How will Connor survive? It sounds so fascinating. And I mean, the cover is giving adventure, winter, dragons, fantasy. It's all the things. Also a Christian fantasy. So I'm really leaning into the Christian fantasy and sci-fi that I have on my shelf. Just checks off so many boxes for me. And last but not least, Recorder. Oh my goodness. This has been highly lauded in the Christian booktube community, and I am here for it. It is a Christian sci-fi story. Children of the Consortium. Evidently, I gotta read them all in order because it's gonna put me in a chokehold. I'm here for it. I'm ready for it. So if you haven't heard about this, oh girl, get your stuff straight. You got stuff. What is? My beautiful friend Tay sent this to me for my birthday this year, so I am super excited to get into this series. So Recorder has no family, no friends, and no name. Donated to the Consortium before birth, her sole purpose is to maintain and verify the records. A neural implant and drone ensure compliance, punishing for displays of bias. Suddenly caught off from controlling technology, Recorder tastes what it means to be human. But if the Consortium discovers her feelings, everyone she knows will be in danger. With no name, no resources, and only a small possibility of escape, Recorder's time is running out. Now that's a synopsis. It doesn't tell me nothing that's gonna happen. That's it right there. Hey unicorns, a take 2. I actually forgot to mention this book, so editor Chrissie just don't even worry about what's going on behind this stick right here. So another book that I actually want to read this winter is called In an Instant by Tracy Rainwhite. I actually met Tracy at the Fall Festival this year. So I will link the vlog in the description down below. And this is one of the books that I hauled. It's perfect for winter. Luke's wife just vanished in an instant. Where did she go? What happened? She got secrets? Is she running from her past? Faith-based or faith-inspired romantic suspense, and I'm here for it. I definitely wanted to mention this as well. 2 books that I read every winter, and usually in January. January tends to be my rereading month. I tend to not read as much in the holiday season. That's why some of these books you done seen 2-3 times. If you've been on the channel any amount of time, already know what I'm going to say about these books. It might be a favorite of all time, actually, now that I think about it, because I've read it so many times. Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. This is one of my favorite books. I read it every winter. I love this story about 3 different women and how they use their agency to help save their families. This world overtaken by winter and the Winter Lord. It is supposed to be a Rumpelstiltskin retelling. Is so incredibly nuanced. This is a secular standalone fantasy book, an element of faith that I just find so refreshing. There's so many layers to this story, so many different takeaways. Do keep in mind there are some very hard hitting scenes in this. There is a bit of a dark type possession that does happen. That is kind of the grimy dark aspect to it, but there are some family dynamics and that do occur. So definitely check out those trigger warnings as well. It just holds a special place in my heart. It just does. And last but not least, just a precious favorite, perfect for families. I just love reading reading this story every winter, and it is called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. I feel like I need to add both of these books to my favorites of all time list, and I'm just so happy and blessed and encouraged when I read this. This is just an inspirational story about a boy and his journey, and it is perfect for children and for families. Also causes the adults to be quite introspective as well. And I just think about the goodness of the Lord. I think about his grace and his mercy. This by no means is not a faith type of book. It is secular or mainstream, but there are so many beautiful elements of love and encouragement that you can get from this story. Illustrations are just absolutely beautiful, and I just love everything about this book. So those are the books that I wanted to share with you for the 2024 winter TBR. But before I go, December is winding down for the holiday season. I will be doing my last reading sprint for the year, Saturday, December 14th. So if you're in the reading mood, join me for another cozy evening of reading. Definitely planning on doing more reading sprints in the coming year. And last but not least, December 21st will be my last live stream. It's gonna be my tier ranking end of year live stream. I do this every year since I've started the channel, so it's gonna be a mixed bag of a whole bunch of things and Chrissie shenanigans along the way too. So yeah, so I will definitely link all those details in my community tab and on my Instagram. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is so much fun. I love compiling my list of recommendations, and I'm super excited because, you know, Lord willing, the creek don't rise, there gonna be some more amazing winter recommendations on deck. May the Lord bless and keep you. May his face shine upon you. May he give you hope and peace for the days and the times ahead. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.